As a seasoned traveler and host of Rudy Max's World on public television, I believe one of the most important things you can do is to get good information about a destination, especially when it comes to finding great places to eat and drink. In the Twin Cities, Discover Delicious TV is a great source for where to dine, find a craft cocktail or beer, or just grab a quick bite from one of the city's incredible food trucks. We hope you enjoy watching Discover Delicious.
Hi, I'm Leslie Miller, your host. This is Discover Delicious, a weekly TV show and online presence that celebrates all that the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul area has to offer in dining, brewing, distilling, cooking, and all the great companies, products, and places that contribute to the experience. Each week, Discover Delicious will feature different aspects of the culinary and drink world in the Twin Cities, from restaurants to food trucks to breweries, distilleries, and wineries. And for the next several weeks, we will be following the SPIRE Credit Union food truck competition. We're glad you found us. Now, let's get started.
New York roommates Jim and Wade decided to move back to Minneapolis and explore their mutual passion for making high-quality craft apple cider. After homebrewing for a while, they went big and started Sociable Cider Works.
Hi, I'm Jim Watkins, and welcome to Sociable Cider Works in Northeast Minneapolis. I'm one of our co-founders, and today we're going to tell you a little bit about what we do here. One of the defining characteristics of Sociable is that we exclusively use freshly pressed apples. We're never going to use juice concentrate. Concentrate is easier and cheaper, certainly, but for us, we don't think it makes nearly as high quality of a product. So we exclusively source freshly pressed Midwestern apples. We do a lot of business with Pep and Heights Orchard down in Lake City, Minnesota. We also source from both Wisconsin and Michigan in the off-season. So we're able to really stay true to sourcing fresh produce, pressing it, and turning it into cider within 24 hours of it being pressed. You actually need a bunch of different kinds of apples to make a really nicely balanced cider. You need some tart, you need some sweet, and you certainly need some bitter. The problem is it's really difficult to find bitter apples out in the market right now. So we're working with a bunch of growers to try and get more bitter, sharp apples planted. But in the interim, we decided to do what brewers have been doing for a really, really long time, and we actually brew bitterness into all of our ciders. Sociable is really unique. We're actually one of the only cideries in the country that's licensed as a brewery. Most cideries are licensed like wineries, and that gives us kind of free reign to make some really, really fantastic stuff. We do a lot of beer cider hybrids. We've got hop ciders. We have a whole range of flavors that appeal a lot to people that are really into good wines, some good beers, sour beers, things that are a little bit more mature than the kind of really sweet ciders that you typically find out in the market. Most of the companies nationwide that make cider are using a juice concentrate, and they're making a product that's specifically designed to be very, very sweet. For us, we get a lot of feedback from people at various festivals that say, hey, I would like cider if I could have more than one of them. I'm looking for something that's a little bit more quaffable. For us, dry ciders was kind of the answer to that. So we make ciders that are going to feel a lot more like a sparkling wine or a champagne. So dry, tart, bubbly. And by using only freshly pressed Midwestern apples, we get that really bright acidity that differentiates our product from a lot of the other stuff that's out there. One of the coolest things that we do is Spoke Wrench, which is a cacao apple product. We brew in some chocolate malt, some roast malt, and some cacao nibs. It gives it this really great kind of like roasted toffee flavor. It's a very fantastic hybrid product that nobody else in the country really makes. Hop-A-Wheelie is our hop cider. It's one of our more popular products. It's hopped with Chinook and Cascade hops in a process that's really similar to what you see in a lot of American pale ales and IPAs, but interestingly, it doesn't add bitterness. It just gives it this really nice kind of tart citrus character that really differentiates it from a lot of the other ciders that are out there. We also do a lot of infusions here. Freewheeler is our flagship product. Has a mix of Honeycrisp, Harrelson, Sweet Tango, a lot of really sexy, famous apple names. It's very traditional, kind of northern French style of cider. It's dry, it's tart, it's bubbly, a lot like champagne. It's a fantastic base for us to do some really fun infusions. So one of our most popular infusions is cucumber and habanero. We call it Burnout. It's got that nice crisp, fresh flavor from cucumber and then a little bit of lingering heat from the habanero that makes for a really nicely balanced cider. My business partner Wade and I were roommates in New York, and we really wanted to start our own business at some point. When we moved home and started homebrewing together and started making these fantastic ciders, we thought, why the heck not? Why couldn't we do this? So we're called Sociable Cider Works. We actually came up with the name while out on a bicycle ride. We came up with a couple of product names first. We're like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if we had a broken spoke? Or wouldn't it be fun if we had a freewheeler? So when we did some research on two-seat bicycles, because there was two of us starting this business, the Sociable came up. We thought it was a fantastic image, kind of captured the duality of what we were trying to do, while also tying together all the products that we were putting together. And it happens to describe how you behave after having a couple of these ciders. We wanted to capture that in the tap room. We have this kind of hybrid, this two-seat approach to craft beer and craft cider. We have great craft beer on draft. We've got great cider on draft. We have a lot of hybrids. And also we have this like great sociable vibe. Our staff is really friendly, able to answer questions because a lot of people don't really know about cider yet. We're eager to teach. Also, you'll notice the seating in here is tall top. It's very easy to approach another table and be able to gather with a group. We really want to kind of embody the fact that we are sociable, Cider Works. One of the great things about Sociable is we're right in the heart of the Northeast Brew District. I think there's 12 breweries in this neighborhood now. We get a lot of visitors that come in on a Saturday that were maybe checking out one or two other places, then come and see us, or maybe visiting us, or then are getting ready to check out a couple other places. Being a part of this Northeast Minneapolis craft beer scene is a really important part of our identity, and being able to kind of to be a member of that, but also be doing something that's really unique. And exploring what you can do with apples has been a really fun experience. So if you're in Northeast Minneapolis and you want to check out something that's a little bit different than from a traditional brewery, Sociable is certainly a fantastic option. We've got a little bit of something for everybody. We brew some fantastic beers here as well, but obviously the apple is the centerpiece of what we do at Sociable Cider Works. We'd love for you to come down and see us and enjoy one of our ciders.
SPIRE Credit Union built a food truck and is holding a cook-off. The winning chef gets the use of the food truck for an entire year.
Hello, this is Jim Ganger with SPIRE Credit Union, and this week is Food Truck 101. Food Truck 101 is a continuation of the SPIRE Food Truck Competition Series on Discover Delicious. So we went out there and got a food truck that was completely outfitted. Food Truck 101 is a seminar that we held in conjunction with 9 different entities to give those interested food truck entrepreneurs an insight into just what is involved in setting up and running a food truck.
And that they have space to maintain another business.
We held Food Truck 101 at the SPIRE Credit Union Administration offices, and entities involved were Eric Berg from Don't Blink on getting started.
We're here to have a little bit of fun too and learn along the way.
Owner of Chameleon Concessions, Mark Palm, and some of his vendors talked about repair and maintenance.
To help your truck continue to run down the road successful.
On hand were representatives from Cummins, Summit Fire Systems, Horizon Equipment, Andy's Electric, and Mark Jurdy Plumbing. Also speaking was Mark Krieger, State Trooper with the DOT.
Civilian employees like us are generally doing 800 to 1,000 inspections a year.
Minnesota Department of Health Representative Nicole Olson.
They have a multiple agency licensing.
And to discuss licensing and location from the city of Minneapolis, Amy Lingo.
It can be any kitchen that we license and inspect in the city of Minneapolis.
Eric Zucker and John Hootmaker from Hootmaker Business Advisors were on hand to discuss taxes, accounting systems, monthly reporting, and inventory.
We've seen over a long period of time that the accounting aspects for business owners is usually the last thing they think of.
To discuss food buying best practices, we had Ryan Tonoli from Performance Foods.
You need to think about from when you purchase the food to how you store the food, to how you inventory that, to how you prep it, assemble it, and get it to your guests.
We also had current food truck operator John Abdu, the founder of My Burger, to share his success stories.
Mark was a great resource for us at My Burger just because he's done it and had done it so many times before we even came to him.
The purpose was to inform these interested individuals that there are many steps, rules, regulations, and responsibilities involved in running a food truck business.
You are not a commercial motor vehicle till you're greater than 10,000 pounds and engaged in business.
Overall, the day was a success as many questions were answered and attendees left with a great deal of information to consider. This also gave the winner of the SPIRE Food Truck Competition, Marcus, a wealth of information and contacts. Join us next week as we hear a little bit from each of these speakers as they share their expertise with those entrepreneurs and you as well.
One of the things we wanted to do is invest in the community, invest in startup businesses like yourselves.
Once again, thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you next week as we introduce more of Food Truck 101.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Luna, General Manager and Partner here at Sixsmith in Wayzata. I've been in the restaurant business for well over 20 years.
Hi, my name is Angel Luna. I'm the Executive Chef and Partner of Sixsmith. I was presented with this amazing opportunity of working side by side with my wife, Vanessa Luna. We put a lot of effort into our dishes just to make sure that they're unique and there's something that separates us from other places.
So we really wanted to create an experience in the suburbs, an urban experience, if you will. My sister coined it a place for the urban suburban. So we wanted to have approachable yet unique food. We also wanted to create an atmosphere where you'd feel comfortable whether you came in flip-flops or a bow tie.
So we did that by creating a menu that we use the term eat, graze, dine a lot. Where someone would feel comfortable coming in and getting a burger and a beer and maybe throwing down only $20, or you just had, the best real estate deal of your life and you wanted to come in and have a prime fillet and a full lobster dinner. So we use that eat, graze, dine phrase quite a bit.
We cure and braise our pork chunks for a 2-day process. The way we present the dish is we make daily or potato Yukon potato puree, so we only make, depending on the day, the right amount of pork chunks, just because we made them daily. And then we serve them in a homemade Yukon potato puree, put the pork chunk on top, and then we top it out with some of the braising apples. We have some onions and then the braising juice as well. And then right on top, just to finish it up, we had a pork chunk, which we use the juice that we have from the braising and reduce it to become a nice pork chunk glaze. Top it out with a little crunchy salt and some parsley to brighten it up a little bit.
And the space in and of itself is quite large. We have several different dining rooms. We have our main dining room, which we can compress during our slower season and then open it up during the busier time. We also have a lot of private dining space where we can seat up to about 100 people. We use that not only for groom's dinners and power dinners or lunches, but also for events like wine dinners and cocktail classes and things of that nature. Of course, being on the lake in the summer, we have a main level patio that we serve the same dining room menus. Signature cocktails, I think it's kind of a craze right now, so it's almost trendy, if you will, but our Moscow Mule has been on our menu since we opened. We make a house ginger syrup, use local vodka as well. We actually added a new drink for the fall, which is a poblano chili-infused tequila. It makes a spicy kind of martini. That's our one of our signature house infusions right now. In addition to craft cocktail program, we spend a lot of time and put a lot of effort into the wine program, especially the wines by the glass, which is something that I still maintain a lot of the control of. We do have a bar manager as well. But again, trying to locate and search out like-minded people. We use almost all family-owned wineries.
So hey, for those that haven't been here and like to have a good experience, and either way you want it, we can do Fat Pants Friday and Third Thursday wine tastings. We had some cocktail classes. You want to have a nice dinner, you want to hang out with your buddy in the bar, we're the place for you. Come and say hi.
Accomplishing something together as a family. It's pretty special.
Hello, my name is Eric Cider. I'm one of the owners here at Lowry Hill Meats. Just been open almost a year. It'll be a year and 2 weeks. We are located at 1934 Hennepin Avenue South, just north of Uptown. We wanted to open up here after years of cooking in restaurants, cutting meat in different butcher shops. It was one or the other. In the restaurants, everyone's always like, where can we get this food? How can we buy this? In the butcher shops, everyone is always wondering, I wish we could hang out here. I wish we could sit here and hang out a little bit longer.
It's as close as you can get to sort of a 1930s butcher shop. My great-grandfather was a butcher in Minneapolis, so my grandmother used to tell me all the stories about all the crazy stuff he would put together, and you kind of come here and they're a family, so it reminds me of that really small town, sort of old-timey butcher shop.
We wanted a butcher shop that you could hang out at too, but we wanted kind of this hub of all this great food that's around us, really highlight and focus that, make it available to everyone to take home.
I love coming to Lowry Hill Meats because they've made quite an investment in the neighborhood, and I really like to support the neighborhood businesses. Eric really does a great job of sourcing the products, particularly the meat products. I love to cook and eat good food, and I feel really comfortable knowing that what I'm buying here is free-range, organic, hormone-free, antibiotic-free, everything that I'm looking for in meat, and I can feel very confident in what I'm buying here compared to a number of other places.
There's wonderful cheese in the Midwest. There's wonderful salami right here in Northeast Minneapolis. If you look at where a lot of the meat is raised, a lot of it comes from Minnesota, directly sourcing beef and lamb and goat and pork and poultry, even foie gras right here from Minnesota is been one of our goals. So this is all part of a cow that we got in this morning from Blooming Prairie in Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. This is a goat we got from Travis Peters down in southern Minnesota, down by Harmony. Hog from Pork and Plants, red wattle. So things that are amazing with the red wattle that you don't get with every other hog is just the amount of fat cap that you get on there, and you get the skin on it. I think what's really cool, there's some old timers that come in here, there's people that really care about how they cook, and they're like, I can't believe I can actually get skin on pork here, or you actually do have meat hanging in the cooler. So absolutely we do. It's nice to have all this stuff here at the store, but there's a story behind everything, and we know most everybody that we get everything from. Like 1.5 inches? Or you want more or less? Yeah. One part with us having a culinary background, sourcing all these whole animals and being able to butcher everything, because we do get in whole animals. We can curate different cuts for you. You know, if you want a bone-in brisket, bone-in pork belly, things like that. Those are things that are fun and one-off. People really love food and want to celebrate food, whether it's pop-up dinners here, whether we're supporting new restaurants that are just opening, or neighbors right here at Birch where they're good friends and we've done dinners, plated dinners here, hanging out.
I love Lowry Hill Meats. I've known Eric for over 10 years now, and it's great to have him so close right next door. The lunch specials are great, and just last week I picked up some andouille sausage for a lobster boil I did, and everybody raved how great the sausage was. I love this place.
I think the most important part of it is that this place is actually chef-driven.
Most recently, I was a chef at Bar La Grassa. I was a sous chef at Solera. I helped open La Belle Vie here in Minneapolis. Corner Table was a great spot that I was at. Those were all cooking opportunities for me where I got to learn a lot about different food. Everybody supported me too in a way where they wanted me to